Right here I've got my bear pulled out. It's been swimming in a marriage of Dijon mustard, some garlic, maple syrup, and a touch of lemon juice. Roughly 3.5 to 4 hours now that it's been swimming. I got a pan with just a little bit of vegetable oil. I'm going to give it a good tablespoon of butter just to give it that extra flavor and fat. You're going to want to get your pan good and hot because you want to get a hard, fast sear on your meat at this point. So here, everything just goes into a happy marriage. And you're going to want to hear that sizzle. Keep it moving, get that caramelization happening in the crust. You're going to keep your heat up as high as you can without having a burn. You want a heavy sear on this to retain all the moistures. So once I've got all this seared up and ready, I'll get to the next phase of cooking with you. As you can see here, my oil and my butter mixing in with my mustard, which is reducing itself, making a caramelization on it. And that's what we want to have, a good caramelized sear. Don't forget to do the ends as well, so you want to lock in all of those juices. Alright, here you can see I've got my bear completely caramelized and seared. I'm going to then take this and set it down onto my pastry. I'm going to wrap it completely, trying to get the seam on the bottom so when it sits into there, it's going to have a complete happy marriage. So here I'm going to roll this over and then roll it again. Try to get my seam on the bottom. Do my fold over here. I'll do my fold over again. Try to tuck in all the seams so they're sealed to keep in all of those juices. This is where you might want to save a little bit of water just to get that seam. I've taken my pan here. As you can see, I've put a little bit of butter into it after I cleaned it off real fast. This is now going to go into that. And I'm going to cover this. And it's going to go into a 350-degree oven for 1.5 hours to 2 hours. I'll be checking it periodically for a nice golden color on it. Make sure it doesn't burn, and a medium to medium well done cook with an internal temperature of 160 to 170 degrees in the beef, or sorry, the bear. All right, it's just been about 20 minutes in the oven already. It's going to have a check on it. Everything is starting to blow up a little bit. Nothing is burning. It's a nice slow cook. It's exactly what we want to get the internal temperature up. I'm going to cover this back up and back in the oven again for another 20 minutes for another check. Here we go. This is check up after 40 minutes. It's grown a little bit, has a glistening exterior, still baking. I'm going to give this still another 20 minutes. And after 20 minutes, I'm going to give it an egg wash. So back in the oven at 350. All right, here we go. It's coming out of the oven for a few minutes. I'm going to take this and it's going to get an egg wash coating on the pastry. Here you see everything is a nice lustrous color. Right there it's starting to go golden brown, but with the egg wash we're going to help this out. All right, here you see it's got a lustrous color. It's still holding some humidity. The top's starting to dry out. That's why we're going to give this a little bit of a wash here. It'll go a nice golden color for the last 20 minutes. You can put the egg on liberally. It'll cook in the bottom. It's only adding just a little bit of extra moisture to the outside, which won't hurt anything. And for the last 20 minutes here, I'm not going to cover this at all. I'm going to let this open, and it's going to get that nice golden shine all over it. Remember, use an oven mitt. And here we go. Coming out of the oven for the last time. To rest and get ready. See how that egg wash is given a beautiful golden color? Now comes the hard part. Let it sit for at least 10 to 12 minutes, if not 15. Let it rest, and then slice and serve. All right, now comes the final stages. Slice and serve. I've let this rest in the pan for about 15 to 20 minutes. Let things cool down. I can just say it's still warm to the touch. And here we go. All the juices flowing out of there. Our pastry's done right. Lots of juices flowing out. And that's where we have to be extra vigilant and ready. Hopefully I can get a better angle of this. Our bear is done. And it's in there. It's really shrunk down. I'll get a couple of more slices and I'll plate. Here you see I've taken off a couple more slices. My bear is cooked throughout. Very juicy. All the juices are running out of this at will. We know it's done right. There's no pink left. Here you go. Serve that with a side of mashed potatoes, some Yorkshire puddings, whichever way you like, some vegetables. Thanks for watching. If you like what you see, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share the idea with families and friends. If you like, try it yourself. Don't be afraid. Put your own twist to the recipes. Spice it like you want. Remember, these days, if you have extra, help out those in need.